Tonight, you can now officially go there and destroy all spyware with Kevin's latest dark tip. Plus, visit the physical place where the World Wide Web meets. It's insane! Live from the Tech TV studios here in San Francisco, it's the Screensavers.
You're welcome, Duff. Love your beer.
Yep, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're just getting started. Get an inside look at a place that is home to more than 8.5 miles of cable trays and where more than 90% of the world's internet routes through.
Nice.
And coming up next, we've shown you there before. Now you can see it here for yourself. Find out why there just might be here and not there when we come back.
It's cool. Don't go away.
Welcome back to the Screensavers, the game. It's not really a game. The world is called There, and I'm in there right now. In fact, let me pull up to my clubhouse, hop out of my dune buggy. Here we go. And look, there's a woman on a pterodactyl. Watch out. And we're going to go inside. This is a 3D world. That's me. In fact, let me just show you what I look like, because I'm a darn good looking guy. There I am. These are all my friends in there, and we are having a great time. Let me just accept this. We're going to go to a private place here. But well, you know, I kind of like it here. Let me just stay here. Hi, hey baby. Come here often. Joining us now to talk about what There might have in store for us in the future of interactive virtual reality. The founder of There. I'm so pleased to meet him, Will Harvey. Will, welcome to the Screensavers. It's great to have you on. This is an amazing thing.
We're tremendously excited about it. We've been working on it now for almost 6 years. And
You started it when?
about 1998. Yeah.
In your bedroom?
Effectively, yes.
And now today is a big day for you because this is when it goes public.
It's just launching today. We've been running it in trials for about a year to get everything right, but now we're ready to go.
I'm going to just decline this. I am, because I've decided to stay in here. People are keeping offering me things, but I don't want anything here. I just want to be in there for a little bit. And visit with all the people. It also has audio chat, by the way. I can talk to people out loud,
That's right?
That's a newer feature. I've been in here for about 6 months. We've showed this before and really enjoyed it the last time we were here. What's new in the release version of There?
Oh, well, all kinds of things are new. That's the thing about There, is that unlike a video game, where you buy a video game and it basically stays the same, and then when you're tired of it, you buy another one. In There, when you log in, every time you log in, there's something new. So users make all kinds of new things. They make clothes. There are new kinds of houses. There are new kinds of vehicles. So, you know, I couldn't even answer the question, what's new today?
Right.
Because it's different than what was new last week or the week before. You pretty much just have to go into the world and explore.
I am doing that right now on a flying broomstick, which is something you can't do in real life. This is such an amazing environment. What was your idea back in 97, 98 when you thought of There? I mean, the technology really wasn't there yet to do this kind of thing.
You have to take a bet when you're doing a startup company. You have to take a bet that the technology is going to come up to the point that it can support what you want to do by the time you get there.
What did you think would be necessary to make this a reality?
Well, I thought that people would have to be willing to spend money on the internet. Because they're going to have to spend money in there.
Even today might be a question mark, but
well,
yeah.
enough people are.
Yeah.
And computers also had to be fast enough that you could create an experience like this where it really looks like it's some place that you'd like to hang out with your friends.
It's hard to describe until you've played it, but it actually really feels like a place. There's a sense of place here that's quite remarkable.
You know, that's so critical to what it is. The company is called There, right? Mm-hmm. It's a place.
Yeah.
So it was very important that the place felt like a place online where you can hang out with your friends and do fun things together.
Right. One of the things that it reminds... let me talk about a couple of things, and we'll talk about the future a little bit, because it kind of reminds me of Neil Stephenson's Metaverse a little bit. But we'll talk about that in a second. One of the things that you did, I think, was very smart, is you created an internal economy. You have There Bucks,
That's right?
Was that at the beginning you thought of that?
We had that idea from the very beginning,
Yeah.
you know, 1998.
Yeah.
And then all the way up to last year when we began the trial, it was a hypothesis. And then we began the trial, and we didn't know whether it was going to work out, and it did. So now when we're launching the product, people have There Bucks. They spend their Bucks to buy virtual items.
Isn't that weird? I mean, I bought this Levi jacket, by the way. It was fairly expensive. I think it's 800 There Bucks, something like that. But I wanted a nice looking Levi jacket. You have some partners in here that are real.
Levi's and Nike are partners where you can buy shoes and buy outfits by them.
That's pretty amazing.
You know, one of the other interesting things is that people in the world can make things and then sell them to other people. So there are about 50 or so websites on the internet right now that are run by little mom-and-pop cottage industry clothing businesses where users are making clothes in Photoshop, uploading them to our service, and then selling them to other users.
That's amazing. And they make their bucks. They don't make real bucks.
They make
right?
lots of their bucks. There are people who are their bucks millionaires.
You're kidding.
Now, and that translates to, the exchange rate is about 2,000 to 1, 1789 to 1 to be exact. So if you're a their bucks millionaire, that means that you're a thousandaire in U.S. dollars.
Is there any way to convert this back into U.S. dollars?
You know, it's interesting. Some users have actually opened up banks in there where they can make money by offering an exchange in both directions.
What was the thing? What surprised you the most? Obviously, when you create a community like this and you give it to the real world, people are going to do things you didn't expect.
You know, the most fun surprise was when we opened the clothing industry in there, when we let users create clothes for other users. We began by saying all you can make is a T-shirt, and we gave them a clothing pattern of a T-shirt. Okay, but about 2 weeks into it, they discovered that if they painted their T-shirts in skin tone, that they weren't limited to T-shirts. So suddenly it got a lot more interesting.
Right?
Well, it's hard to fix, but we fixed that by having guidelines. So there are certain regions that you have to cover in order to have
But there are
PG-13.
nude beaches in there?
No, there are no nude beaches.
Okay.
There is family-style values, PG-13, and we had to be very careful giving guidelines that would keep everything within that.
You don't recommend it for kids, although you say if with parental supervision.
That's right. I mean, kids love it, but
my 11-year-old is addicted to there. But I'm very careful to make sure I'm watching her when she's in there. But it's more than just a chat room. It's an experience. And she often doesn't actually, she's doing, right now I'm riding shotgun and somebody is driving me somewhere, I don't know where. But oh, watch out, dude, you rolled it. But she'll go off and play by herself, too. It's not only a community. Sometimes you can do stuff by yourself.
That's right.
There's trivia games. There's a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot, and the world is the size of the Earth. It's 6,000 kilometers in radius, and it's a sphere. So there's plenty of places to explore.
I should actually show the map of there because it is pretty amazing. Here's the world itself, and I can see all the maps of the various. This is just one area of it, one island within the entire world. All right, let's talk about the metaverse, about the future. Do you foresee a time 10 years down the road where people will really be almost living in here?
Absolutely. Science fiction authors have been writing about this kind of thing for 10 or 20 years. And if you allow yourself to imagine what it's going to be like to interact with other people online 10 or 20 years from now, it's really easy to believe that you're going to interact visually in some kind of virtual graphical world.
So you placed a bet not only on computers of today coming along, but maybe of something that isn't here yet, some sort of virtual reality environment that you could be a part of.
That's what our bet is. If you imagine 10 or 20 years out, that's what we think is going to happen. The science fiction authors have been writing about this for a long time. The only question is, what's it going to look like in its very early stages?
Right.
That's what we think
I think it's going to look
here.
like this. And I have to say, it's a very compelling experience. Until you've done it, you don't really understand. Now, there was free in its beta test. Today, it converts to a commercial service. How much does it cost?
It's $4.95 a month plus $19.95 to begin, or you can buy it for a whole year for $49.95.
And you pay extra if you want the voice capability?
You pay extra for voice capability or for an Explorer pack, which gives you a compass and allows you to explore the world more easily.
Oh, really?
But then the really interesting thing is there are lots of things in the world to buy. I mentioned all the things that users are making, and those you buy with their bucks.
Which you, by the way, can buy with real bucks.
Which you buy with real
What's the exchange rate right now?
The exchange rate right now is $17.89 to 1.
Is that going to change ever?
Ultimately, it'll be a market rate, just like economies.
You're kidding. It'll rise and fall?
Yeah.
Their dollar you're going to let it flow?
Ultimately, it'll be a currency just like the U.S. dollar or some other dollar.
Do you feel like in some way you've created something that is, I mean, I don't want to say godlike, but you have created a world? Something not many people get to do.
We've definitely created a world, and it's incredibly exciting to be watching over it and watching the things that develop. And
do you feel a little responsibility, too?
Well, yeah, certainly. I mean, things like putting the guidelines when people started creating skin tone, that's definitely a responsibility.
Or dropping Jeeps on each other's heads.
That's, you know, the way that it works is people come up with creative things
It's amazing.
to do. And then we always have to come up with a set of rules that allows it to be
Are
fun.
there police in there?
There aren't police. There are orientation volunteers.
There are people who act like police.
They act like police, but they're nicely clothed, friendly police.
Are there bots in there? Fake people?
No, there are no any people. There are animals. They're animals that have artificial intelligence.
I have 3 dogs.
You have a dog, okay.
Yeah, so I could pat them, but that's not a real person.
That's not a real person.
But every person that I meet is a real person.
Every person
you
you see
bots.
is a real person. There are no bots.
Interesting. Can you die?
You can't die right now. No, we do.
Right now?
Well, it's possible. There's a lot of discussion about it. Sometimes it might add a little bit more to have a little bit more risk.
I don't want to die with this guy driving. I'm not ready to die. Will Harvey, thank you so much. The founder of we've seen a lot of these. This is the first one that really seems to work and is very, very popular. Executive Vice President of There, a founder of There, and you must be very happy now after 6 years.
6 years.
to actually have this live. And
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Happy to be here.
Well done. Happy birthday there. You can learn more about there and how you can get there in our website, screensavers.com. Still to come, the paid versions of anti-spyware programs, are they better than the free? Kevin put them to the test. He'll tell you. And coming up next, the facility that enables your email to go from one place to another. We're going to take a look at the ultimate network operations center right after this quick break.